Hello, happy Christmas Eve. Today I have been wrangled into doing a Christmas story for you all. So I'm going to be reading The Night Before Christmas, a pop-up book. But I won't be showing you the pop-ups because that's just for me. So here we go, a Christmas story. "'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse, presumably because the house was owned by an Irish bank and they were afraid of the sheriffs coming. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hopes of St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, with visions of sugar plums danced in their heads." What are sugar plums? Are they like plums with sugar in them? Or sugar with plums in them? Who knows? It's a very philosophical question. "A mamma in her kerchief." Why would mamma be in her kerchief? That's just wrong on many levels. "And I in my cap." Obviously some kind of, adult thing there. "Had settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter," cursing presumably because it was quite cold. "Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash." Presumably this is in Italy. "The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a lustre of midday to objects below. When what to my wondering eyes should appear, but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer." A miniature sleigh? I thought it would be quite big. 10 tiny reindeer. Have you ever seen 8 tiny reindeer? No. "With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick, or a burglar. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, now Vixen, oh, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all." Now, little known fact about reindeer: all female reindeer never lose their antlers, whereas male do. So, in theory, all the reindeer that Santa had were actually female. Right.
Correction on that. Male reindeer lose their antlers at this time of year, while female reindeer retain their antlers.
There you go. "As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mounted sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof." Of course it could be a squirrel. "As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound." Of course, if you have like a little stove like this, St. Nicholas would be burnt. "He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot." His foot, so he only had one foot? "And his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot." Not if it's a gas fire. "A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack." Right. "His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry." That's probably because he's an alcoholic. "His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. He had a broad face and a little round belly, suffering from diabetes, that chuckled when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right old jolly old elf. and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. For the Me Too movement in Santa, it doesn't really help when you laugh at him. A wink in his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside on his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like a down of a thistle. Never heard of thistle downing? Okay. But I heard him explain, ere he drove out of sight. Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.